Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, February 10th, and today we'll go over the Rex growth and income funds, give you a weekly update to see how they did this week over the past, last week, the really red week, and go from there. But before we even begin, I just wanted to let you guys know that this video is sponsored by Rex Shares. So we do have Bitcoin up on the screen though, and it's coming back down. Not sure why, but it is, right? We hit the 70s, but people don't like that. So they wanted to bring it back down to the 68 range, which again, it is what it is. So if you're like me, you're buying daily anyway. So, like you said, my cost basis is above this. So great. It's all good for now. All right, so here is the Rex Shares file. I updated everything, so we are ready to go. But I'm going to add something new here. I'm going to add a spotlight. So what this will be is we'll just take a quick look at, I mean quick, of some of the funds that are not in the growth and income umbrella. So I'm going from basically the beginning of the list, and I see Osprey Bitcoin Trust. So again, if you go to their website, you go under ETPs. And by the way, I assume audio is all good since we are live this morning, both on YouTube and X. So if you guys do not mind, please confirm audio is all good. So yeah, anyway, if you go under crypto, they got a couple crypto things, but first we're just going to look at the Osprey Bitcoin Trust. Again, just a quick kind of overview because I'm curious too anyway. It seeks to reflect the performance of Bitcoin as measured in reference to the Bitcoin reference rate, blah, blah, blah. Okay, when did this launched? It's pretty new, December 19th of last year. Let's see what number of holdings. I think it holds Bitcoin and cash. Expense ratio, 0.49%. They do have a fact sheet, so we could pull that up if it helps. Doesn't really have much. We like our pictures, so we need some more fact sheets with pictures. It has a prospectus, but I won't do that to you guys this morning. But we can look at the holdings. So basically, no cash and all Bitcoin. So they hold Bitcoin. So it's just a way to buy Bitcoin, pretty much, right? It's an IBIT, like it's their own IBIT. So yeah, I don't know. Have you guys heard of this one? Just curious. I didn't really until I looked at this Osprey Bitcoin Trust. So yeah, it's up at the coin fund. So I assume it's gonna kind of move like IBITs, right? I guess we could check. Let's check it out. Osprey, what the heck was the ticker? OBTC. OBTC. And then we go to IBIT. IBIT-doo-dah. Let's do 3 month. How long has it been out? 3 months about? Well, yeah, pretty much. But no, a little less than 3 months. So we have to use the 1 month. And look at that. Right on the freaking same thing. Wow. Okay. So it does what IBIT does. It's IBIT, basically. All right. So let's move on. So that, again, like I said, really quick, check. We went through the Osprey Bitcoin Trust, and then we'll take a look at some others each week, if you guys want. But again, a lot of people are, either buy Bitcoin directly or, maybe some of the older, untrustworthy people, this is just a better way to do it and not have to get the Coinbases of the world, in order, or the Binances to buy Bitcoin. So again, there's a lot of Bitcoin ETFs nowadays. All right, so now we're going to dive into the funds. And by the way, thank you for confirming audio, peoples. I appreciate it. So again, we're going to go through the growth and income funds, and maybe a little bit of Altai. That's the the higher yield fund. But so in order, these kind of started launching last year, mid last year. NV2 came out, TS2 came out right after, again, May and June. Altai was their big one, right? That came out late October though, but June, they have MS2, CO2, and then in November, they launched 5. But if you sort, assets under management, their biggest fund is actually NV2. That's their most successful fund. And it makes sense because when people talk about their funds, outside of FEPI, of course, one of the more popular ones is NV2. People, I do hear a lot of people. In fact, I'll ask in the chat, do any of you own NV2? And if not, do you own any others of these? Because I do feel like, a lot of the feedback is on the NV2. So that assets under management does make sense. TS2 is the second most popular. And of course, ULTI. I would expect ULTI to pass everyone, to be honest, because it's a little different. It's a basket of degeneracy in a way. No, it's I don't know. We'll have to look at their funds to see how they're trading lately. I know some of it's high volatility stocks, but maybe they're doing kind of what Ulti did and add some diversification of safer plays. But we'll see. So Bruce says he owns TS2. Okay, so TS2 is the second biggest one. All right, because again, what these funds do, and we'll get into that when we look at the holdings, is they sell covered call. Well, they mimic the movement of the underlying through a synthetic combo, buy, call, sell, put, and then they sell calls on half of the position. All right, so they sell calls on 50% of the position, and that way the other 50% essentially can move one-to-one with the underlying. The other 50, hopefully they can make some premium without capping it off too much in the process. Make sense? Great. And surprisingly enough, number 4, WMTI. Again, this is one of my favorites because, again, you don't see a Walmart fund. Freaking Walmart. Walmart's got a high income, like a covered call ETF. Hell yeah. I don't know. I'm just that's my boy right there, Walmart. So, and I still say Walmart's better than Target anyway. But anyway, let's keep going. I did also add the average yield. I made that a fancy color. Maybe I'll make this a fancy color. What do you think? We'll do just to show that we'll do this in orange. What do you guys think? Pretty? Look at that. It's so pretty. All right. So who is the highest yielder of the group? TS2 is number 1, 54% yield. Again, this is the average based on all of the distributions. So if I go here, we are capturing now all of the distributions from inception, and we go down here and we're averaging it because we are obviously calculating the yield. Wait, I remember they were monthly. No, they were never monthly. Okay, so our yield is based on 52 the whole time. Okay, all right, good. That makes it easy enough. So yeah, that's where we're pulling the average yield from. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, I got some comments here about what you guys own. Let me see. Richard Woolley, where'd you go? There you are. I got NV2 and ULTI. Okay, thank you, Richard Woolley. Good to see you. And yeah, so anyway, the average yield ULTI is actually behind TS2, surprisingly enough, 51% yield. NV2 44. LL2, Eli Lilly Fund, 43, Coinbase Fund, 39, MS2, wow, low, 32%. Look at that, WMTI, 23%. But again, if Walmart, has growth, maybe they're paying some of the synthetic income. I don't know. Here's that CoreWeave Fund, 22, HOI, PLTI is really the lowest. That's actually a surprise. So if we scroll over here, just going to check because you never know. I could screw something up. We all know that, right? Yeah. So we look at the latest one, 10 cents. PLTI, that's the price. Okay. Okay, Cletus. All right. So it is what it is. All right. And then, of course, we do have house money. We can look at house money. Who has paid back the most? As compared to the launch price. They all launch at 25, by the way. TS2 paid back 38%. NV2 paid back 37. But again, they came out first, so that's not fair. then COII at 26. All right. But again, we'll see how they go. We'll see how they perform over time. And then we shall go from there. So that's the fun detail. So now we're going to go to the daily compare. I don't know if you guys were here last week, but I did kind of change how I'm pulling this up. I was looking at each day, which is kind of like, bleh, you know. So I figured, all right, I'll just look at the past 7 days and the price change from over the past 7 days. And, you know, to be honest, you know, brace yourself because last week was brutal, right? And I'm noticing, you know, a little gap here because keep in mind, last week they probably opened their new covered call, right? Strike price, you know, on the dip. And then guess what? These stocks started recovering and then boom, you know, blowing through your strike prices. But again, we'll take a look and see how it went. Tesla for, you know, over the past week, it went down 1.06%, all things considered, not bad. TS2, though, they went down 1.24%. The distro, just so you know, this is the distro from last week. So we do add that back when we do calculate how much TS2 went up or down. This one here, that's for this week. So obviously that'll be added for next week's, if that makes sense. All right. Everyone following so far? All right. I should probably hide. Let me hide all this. Hide. There you go. All right. And NVIDIA went down 1.57% for the week. NV2 only went down about, you know, 0.79, about half. So, you know, that's, they outperformed, again, adding back to the distribution, of course. So that's good. Coin had a rough go at it, very, very rough, actually. They went down, my goodness, they went down 15%. I mean, Coinbase, man, I swear, they have not had a good time. I know they're crypto related, obviously, and crypto in general has been brutal, but what are you going to do, man? But I feel like they take it out on them a lot. But anyway, they went down 15.65%. CO2, they went down 17.82. All right, all right. MSTR, how you doing? Well, they went down too. They went down 8.87%. MS2 went down a little more, unfortunately, 9.69%. All right, Robinhood, they went down 11.47%. Woo. And that's after the recovery. Keep in mind, again, the recovery started on the Friday and even yesterday. But this is as of the close yesterday, 2.9. This is the price as of the close yesterday. HO2, they went down as well, but only 7.61%. So I guess, you know, we'll take that. Palantir for the week, they went down 9.51%. PLTI, damn, brah, they only went down 3.52. About a third almost. Like, whew. See, that's when you likey to cover call funds, right? Here, CoreWeave, right? Whatever the hell CoreWeave is, right? Does anyone buy CoreWeave? Down 2.98%. What, intonation? CW2. Somehow, some way, they went up 4.91%. CW2 kicking butt over here. All right. Good job, CW2. Cool ticker, I guess, CW2. LLY, they went up 3.81%. LL2, not kicking butt, though. They went down, unfortunately, somehow. Maybe they got cappity-doo-dah. They went down 0.65%. All right. Walmart, Walmart, 9.97. Really big. Again, somehow they went up last week. All things considered of what happened. WMTI, though, I'm not sure what happened here. They only went up 2.48%. You know, last week they had a really good week as compared to Walmart. But again, they do sell covered calls, so they probably got some cappity-doo-dah in the process. And that would limit their upside, unfortunately. And then we look at Ulti compared to the Qs. Ulti went up 5.42% for the week. That's not bad at all. The Qs actually went down 1.8. So, you know, it wasn't the same story last week, but this was a good week for Ulti. So A lot of people compare them to Ulti. Is it? Are they Ulti or is the other one Ulti? Or are they Ulti? Right? I don't know. So damn close in names. All right. So again, I told you what the distribution tab is, so we don't have to go through that. But now what we're going to do is we're going to go through the holdings and see where we stand heading into the week. Because again, this is what makes up the assets under management for each fund. So if you're wondering what makes the price move of TS2, well, all of this. There's a treasury bill. There's some cash money up in her. There's the synthetic combo right here. We got 1376 contracts, buy, call, sell, put. Yep. We got a little government bond action there. And then we got sold, covered, call. So there's 3 option plays and there's 3 cash and bonds. All right. Makes sense. And as the value of those move up or down, obviously, the value, the assets under management will move up or down. Then that would move the NAV. Okay. Essentially moving the market price. All right. Makes sense. Great. All right. So what do we do now? Well, we're going to look at the synthetic first. The synthetic is at 438.57. It expires on February 20th, February 20th, 10 days away. Unfortunately, Tesla's at 417 though. So after the droppity doodah over the past week or even more, obviously we may, when they close this position out, you could see they got, just a little gold digger. She take my money. Look at that, 4.2 mil. Woof, the dude is broke. He's got 534. So yeah, this is the synthetic. And yeah, again, they're gonna have to roll this sucker down, and we'll see what expiration date they choose on the new one. Now we're here for the covered call mainly, of course. So how's the covered call doing? Well, they got a 405 covered call. You can see that's the strike price. Notice the decimals again. They do like the flex exchange, the European exchange, so they have more flexibility of choice. When you go to the options chain yourself, you ain't going to see these. You ain't going to see 15 cent, 57 cent, nor, to be honest, I don't want to. So, I mean, it's enough, they got enough strikes for me, but they have if they have a certain goal, certain delta, certain this or that, they can go down to the decimal to get there. But anyway, their strike is 405.15. It expires Friday, February 13th. And guess what? They in the money. They got Capity Duda 2.92% in the money. Because why? Because Tesla's at 417. Quick recovery. So they probably opened this sucker up after the dip from last week, and then Tesla, ran up. So here we are. But again, thankfully, it's only 50% of the position getting kept, and then the other 50 will, move upwards, hopefully. But they gotta get out of this synthetic, So hopefully by next week we'll be looking at a nice, pretty new synthetic. All right, so that's the coverage on TS2. Now we'll look at NV2. Since we are live, by the way, if you guys have questions on, it's pretty straightforward, but you guys have questions on how any of these funds work, how the holdings, what they're holding, let me know, while I have it up. All right. Anyway, let's keep moving. What are we doing here? So we got NV2. Again, same thing, treasury bills, government bonds, whatever, cash money in the house. Of course, yes, they pay weekly. So yes, they need to have some cash to pay you guys. All right. So here's the buy call, the sell put, that's the synthetic combo. It's a 187. It expires in 10 days as well. What is NVIDIA price at? It's at 190. So guess what? Wait, what is it at? It's at 190. 190. Close at 190? Yeah, 187.05. The put. Wow. Look at the put, man. The put cost 3.3 to close. And this thing's only worth 2.6. Wow. Okay. Wow. All right. But we'll see how this goes. Again, 10 days. Unusual. Because again, the value of NVIDIA is actually greater than the 187.50 strike. Good morning, everyone. That just came. I saw Backyard Prospector and Wolf just joining. Good morning. All right, selling calls. What are we doing here? Again, these expire Friday. So we got whole 4 days. By the way, I believe we have a holiday next week, just FYI, on the Monday. So what are we going to do? Well, I don't know. I'm going to have kids running wild at home. I don't know about you guys. But what do we got? We got 175, which is most of it. So we'll look at the 175. That thing is in the money, man. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. So again, how is it 175, right? Because if you look at NVIDIA, they're at 190. So let's see. I don't know. Let's go to, well, we don't need the fact sheet anymore. Let's go to this. So if we look at NVIDIA last week, I do have Yahoo up because they have the 5-day. And we pull up the 5-day on some of these, and you can see, yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it. Loading chart. Man, they're slow. Wow. Really, Yahoo? Yahoo Finance? Bruh. All right, we ain't got time for this. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right, maybe we'll go back to that. That's a joke. All right, whatever. But yeah, again, like I said, they probably opened this last week after the dippity doo dah. All right. But yeah, we in the money, unfortunately. So that's capped. And they have 9 contracts here. It looks like they opened it later, 189. That's also in the money, but barely. So again, we'll see how it goes. Let's see if the oh, it's not even updated yet. What if I click 1 month and then 5-day? I guess not. All right. Well, whatever. Whatever. All right, let's move on. How you doing? All right. We're doing good. CO2, Coinbase. Again, Coinbase getting beat up. So let's see what we're looking at here. Again, they got treasuries, they got cash, they got bonds. Okay, great. And then they got the synthetic combo buy call here, sell put. Yep. Same number of contracts, same expiration date. And just like everyone else so far, they expired. They're going to be very busy on 220 early coming days. You know, probably they'll probably start rolling them soon, actually, because it's very close. So what do we got here? Their synthetic is at 239.28. Coin is at 167. So that is brutal. That is brutal. Man, that's brutal. Why? I guess again, coin crypto. They let's look like over the past month, down 31% for Coinbase. So yeah, that's not pretty. So that is why we have the gold digger. Okay. This 100% is the gold digger. So you know what? I think I should sing. Do you guys think I should sing? Yeah, why not? She take my money when I'm in need. Yeah, she's a trifling friend indeed. Oh, she's a gold digger. Way over town that digs on me. Oh, all right. So yeah, sorry, had to do it. Look at this, man. The put. Why do we sing gold digger? It's when we call the put the lady, because well, even though we didn't put her in pink here, let's put her in pink. There you go. There's the lady, and then here's the dude. The dude is in green. Between the two of them, they make up this synthetic combo. And since again, this expires in 10 days, we got to pay off the lady 1.5 mil. And then the dude, he's going to help, but he's a broke ass. He only has $4,900 to his name. So, he's out of his league, hence the gold digger song. Makes sense? All right. Anyway, what are we doing with the covered call? Clearly, coin had quite the recovery as well since last week, because we're in the money, man. We are capped on half of the position, 10% in the money, because they got a 149 call and coin is at 167. So man, actually, let's look at it. We got a 5-day here, right? So yeah, they probably down here 146. Let's see what their covered call was. 149. So I don't know if I should probably be zooming in. So yeah, they opened it somewhere around here, and then boom. That's why. All right, makes sense. Good. Let's move on. All right, that's CO2. Now we're looking at again MS2, 2 cryptos in a row. Can you handle it? All right. Here we go. Treasuries, bonds, cash. Okay, nothing to cover, nothing to talk about there. And then we got what? The buy call, the sell put, the synthetic combo. You think we got a gold digger here? Let's see. 170. Oh, yep. She wants 1.1 mil, but don't worry for you guys. I won't sing again. We'll just look at the covered call. 109, cappity doodah. Because again, the run up, the timing of the covered calls, with oof. But again, that's the risk when you do covered calls, especially in a bearish market. When there's a sell-off, it just gets quite risky because you don't know when the market's going to pop back up. And obviously on Friday last week, and even yesterday, a lot of the stocks were pretty green. Don't I know it, man? You guys know I sold my hood and boom. But I sold it for you guys. I sold it, took the loss so you guys can get the recovery. So I expect hood to be happy to do that too. Let's see. All right. So again, this is for Hoy. Again, since they have the cool ticker, do we say Hoy? Hoy? All right. Anyway, synthetic combo here, 130. Oh, they got a March expiration, so that's good. They got a little more time. Time is on their side. Yes, it is. Not much, though. All right, they got a 105. How we doing? Well, not good. Hood is dropping. But they're actually kind of climbing back up. They also have earnings this week, actually. If you're curious, I could pull it up for you because I am nice. See. Earnings day today, February 10th. I assume it's going to be after hours. They're too important to be messing around with pre-market. So look out for that. So anyway, they're they got a half a gold digger, but that gold digger, she ain't getting her money till next month anyway. So we got time. If Hood has really good earnings, you never know, man. This 105, poof, we'll take that money back. And then she won't be a gold digger. Anyway, we're selling calls here. We got an $80 call, expires on the Friday. Again, Hood is at 86. So yeah, this is in the money by 7.58%. Let's move on to P to the L to the T to the I. What are they doing? Well, they're doing same old. They got their treasuries. I see a new someone here. I own NV2. All right. There he goes. NV2. How's it doing? How do you like it? Have any questions on it? Welcome. I'm still fully invested in stocks and mutual funds. Long-term only. Double D's got to go to work. Have a good day at work. Thank you again for yesterday. It's good old time. All right. What do we got? We got treasuries. We got bonds. We got cash. All right. Boring. I know. But we got the synthetic combo over here now, 165. What's Palantir priced at? It's priced at 142, but this synthetic expires March 20th, so they got time on that. The covered call is at a 140. Since Palantir is at 142, it's in the money, but not by much, 2% in the money. But we'll see how it goes. We got 4 trading days left for the week, by the way. So we can't, the market could drop, and half of these could be winners anyway. So we'll keep an eye out for that. Chico. All right. CW2. Let's see what they're doing. They got a synthetic combo, 100 contracts, 92.50. Oh, look at that. CoreWeave, $96. So guess what, man? Dude. Well, it's not up enough apparently because the dude is not making enough money. The expiration is coming up March 20th. But we'll see how it goes. Obviously, there is a chance that they could still get a shine, which is why the put costs so much money. But let's look at the covered call. $83, $83 covered call. CoreWeave is at 96, blowing through the 83. So again, you got to look at the 5-day to see, okay, what the heck happened here, right? CoreWeave was a CRW something, WV. There you go. See the 5. Oh, look at that. So yeah, dropping down here and boom, selling. What are you supposed to do, right? Selling covered calls around here, like you're gonna get cappity doodah, unless you waited until like this little peak here. Boom. Yeah, we ain't that lucky, right? But anyway, they're 14.25% in the money with 4 trading days left. We'll see how that goes. LL2, the Eli Lilly fund, They got a synthetic combo, 24 contracts, buy, call, sell, put. Synthetic is at 1,080. That expires on March 20th. Eli Lilly is currently at 1,044. They have a covered call at $1,115. It is currently 6.73% out of the money. So that's good, with 4 trading days to go for the week. WMTI, again, the Walmart fund, our favorite fund. Let's see how they're doing. They got a synthetic combo, 300 contracts. Again, 300. Oh, where is it? There's the put. 115 strike price. Walmart is currently priced at 129. So yeah, man, that buy call, very, very valuable. The dude's got a lot of money to his name, 529. The lady is she's broke ass, right? She don't ask for much. She'll take the Walmart, handbag. She'll take the Walmart clothes. So that's again, in our league, because the dude's got a lot of money. Anyway, we're looking at the covered call though for the week. What do we got? We got a 131. Again, Walmart's at 129. So we're still out of the money, 1.53% out of the money. So that's good. I mean, again, this is the fund that's been working since I've been tracking these. And, it's like, okay, Walmart fund. Yeah. And again, what's their yield? I know I talk about this one a lot, but let's see. WMTI, 23%. Again, that's the annualized yield. So, and they pay weekly. So you can divide that by 2. So if you're wondering what the weekly yield is, fine. I'll do that for you. I'm here for you guys. All right. We do weekly yield. What should I do? Make this one like blue. This could be like that, right? And then we'll do blue font, cool blue font in here. There you go. So we'll do that yield. Again, 52 pay periods. So how much are they yielding you on a weekly basis, right? Maybe that's the question you're asking. So for the Walmart one, it's 0.46%. So can you do better? Can you make more money than that? That's the question. Ask yourself that. I don't know, bro. You got to figure that out. And then where's the current price of these funds? Yeah, over here. So you can see again, they all launched at 25. I know we're kind of getting off track here. So you can see the ones that are over 25 in NV2, LL2, WMTI. Okay, so those are the 3 we got to keep an eye on. Again, they have the growth and the income. The other ones, the underlyings were not nice to them. So that's why they are where I thought they were. No, anyway. So yeah, so WMTI is done. Okay, so the last one is ULTI. Again, what is ULTI? It's a basket of freaking stocks, right? It's a basket. So they hold a whole bunch of suckers here. Let's go through the list. McLovin, we got Bloom, Astera, SanDisk, Churchill, Applied Digital, Cipher, RedCap, blah, 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 Oklo. Here you go. USA Rare Earth. How you doing? All right. BitDeer. All right. So again, they got a lot of volatility up in her. And then you get down to the covered calls, and they sell covered calls in them. So I don't see too many, I'll say, safer plays. I do see high volatility plays. So, but I'm hoping they do add the ticker, to be honest, to this, because that would be a huge help, because it gets a little hard when you're trying to, go through these and do things and identify things. But either way, at least we could see kind of what they hold. And obviously, yes, they sell covered calls. If you look, where's the inputs? So the buying puts, the negative. So the negatives for the, what do we got here? Yeah, negative in the calls. Looks like they're selling call. Oh, and they're selling puts. They're doing a lot of things. So, maybe one week we'll do the deep dive. I'll have to sort it though and put it on another tab. Do the breakdown of the ulti. Maybe when they get the spotlight, right? What is that noise? The kids are running wild, brother. All right, so that's the update on freaking ULTI. which actually ends the holdings. So, that's the update. And again, if we go to the website, that's all of the growth and income plays. They do, many people know Rex shares from the beginning when they came out with FEPI and API or AIPI, and then SEPI, of course. But these are, a little different than what people are used to. They do offer, again, similar to some of the high income ETFs, but they do 50%, which is, that way they only sell calls. They only, you only have the risk of capping 50% of the fund. But again, you may not make it enough, the same amount of premium because you're not taking the full risk. And then, Income Max is the, if you click that, that's just the Alt-I one. And then they got some others. But again, like I said, we'll do the spotlight on some others throughout. And then, of course, I did create a watch list for them. Maybe I'll finally zoom in for you guys. There you go. All right, all right, so we're already on it. So if we go to the pre-market, let's see what's going on here. Why is that not sorted? There you go. So Palantir is up 1.48% in the pre-market. NV2 is up 0.92%, and NVIDIA is up 0.43. Interesting. Again, this is pre-market, so take it for what it's worth. LLY, Eli Lilly, is up 0.8%. Tesla's up 0.15%. Everything else is actually red. All right, time to get rid of the dog. MSTR down 3.4%. Oh, okay, dog is out. All right. So yeah, that's the update on their funds, and yep, that's all of them. But some of them don't have or reflect the pre-market, but some do. I don't understand why that happens. But the good news is for today, look at the indexes. S&P up 0.13%. NASDAQ up 0.08%, Dow Jones up 0.08 as well, and then the Russell's up 0.15. So isn't that pretty? You're so pretty. You're so pretty. All right, let's go through some comments, and then we'll wrap it in. TSM is up because of earnings. Okay, if you say so. Let's see. TSM, they're only up 2.9. Nothing crazy there. Nothing too exciting. We want more than that. We're greedy. Come on, Marcia. All right, let's see. NV2 is the Rex shares fund. And it's doing great. Redfish, follow this guy. He's got the good track record going. He picks the good ones. Call boy, put girl. Not going there. Which one? Here we got a question. Which one is the most stable ETF from Rex? So again, if I go to the file, and I have the funds, to keep it simple, right? They all launched at $25. Okay. So if I look, just again, simply put, all right, what's the price as of today, regardless of when they launched? If we sort it by price, WMTI is up $4.33 from launch. Again, they did pay distributions, so of course they did drop for those distributions, and they're still up. NV2, same thing. So the top three, I would say WMTI, NV2, and LL2. So if we throw them in a comparison, in the comparison tool, we can see who's going to win. What did we say? Did we say Eli Lilly Fund is up there? I don't remember. Yeah, LL2. Yeah, LL2. So I'd say it's up to these guys. So then we'll do 3, and then we'll click the max, because that'll show the max of. Did they all launch November 4th? Let me just double check that. November. Yeah, November. Okay, yeah. So that's the latest launch date of those funds. Again, NV2, they did launch earlier, but the comparison's not going to go back to Meg because these didn't exist. So if we look at all three of the funds, again, the best performers of them, how is NV2 negative? Oh, because it doesn't have the full picture from May. So I would say, as of right now, WMTI, which again, why I keep praising it, and the Eli Lilly fund are doing the best. If you're, since you're asking, those are the most stable. But you guys, as we always say, it depends on the underlying luck of the draw, right? Walmart could have a massive sell-off, and then this fund could go down. So as of today, these are the winners. As of tomorrow, different story, right? Tesla could have a run up, and then TS2 could be whooping ass. We don't know. But I mean, I could add TS2 just in case you're curious, because I know a lot of people do like that fund. So we'll do that. We'll click the 1 year, then the max. It should still go to the November. Okay, so TS2, yeah, because again, rough outing since November for Tesla and NVIDIA, actually. But if we go, let's look at the 1 month. The 1 month, again, WMTI. But what we saw Walmart, even during that sell-off, had a really, really good good week last week. And then we go to the 3 month, yeah, same thing, Eli Lilly and Walmart. So I don't know, man. Their underlyings have been very nice. So let's see. Meaning no price decay. Yeah, exactly. How do you not know if it's a pre-recording? I literally just answered your question, Sergio. Come on, bro. Plus it says live, we are live. But yeah, no, this is a live show. So ask away. Rex Day. I guess Jill McKee likes Rex Day. What about Feppy? You want to add Feppy to this? Let's see. We didn't cover much of Feppy. We'll do that, and we'll click the max. Again, this is a comparison since November, but yeah, no, Feppy's down there too. Yeah, they can't compete with Walmart. Walmart and Eli Lilly apparently just doing too good, man. Too good. You want to compare Feppy, Seppi? Okay, fine. For you guys, I will. Again, yeah, this is the Rex Shares show. Rex Shares Tuesday. All right, Feppy, Seppi, your boy Seppi, and then API. I know it's AIPI. I like API. So you click the 1 month and then hit max, and then it'll default to the last launch, January of 25, which is probably when Seppi launched. The winner is Feppy. Feppy is up 11.16% total return from January of 25. Number 2, AIPI, which is up 8.74%. And number 3 is Seppi, CEPI, up 1.12%. All right. Did that answer your help you out, Jill McKee? Jill McKee. If that's your full name, you probably should, just FYI, I wouldn't put my full name out there. I know you're not a YouTuber or anything, but still, you never trust the peoples. All right. I think that should wrap it up. I joined the call. Man, it's all good, Sergio. We appreciate you being here live. So thank you all for being here live this morning. Thank you all who are going to watch after the fact. I do appreciate it. So anyway, as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and this video was for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, come back next week at the next weekly episode of Rex Shares. But yeah, it was a good old time. I had fun. Hopefully you had fun. But if you guys want me to cover anything else, as a part of these funds, please let me know and we'll talk about it. All right. But outside of that, let's just get to the key word, because we got to get our butts to work. So if you made it this far in the video and you would like to prove it, you gotta say the keyword. You have to say the baby. So the keyword today is Walmart. Again, Walmart is kicking ass. WMTI is kicking ass. So Walmart is the keyword because everyone knows, you know, that's your favorite store, right? And what do you think about Walmart? Are you a Walmart or a Target person? Maybe that's another question. Maybe that should be the key word. Walmart or Target? Yeah, let's do that. Walmart versus Target. You got to pick one. Unless there's another store. I don't know. Those are my two stores, at least where I'm at. All right. That's enough yapping for a day. Again, thank you all for watching and have a great day. Later.